Alright, I guess we are live, aren't we? Super. Let me just check the stream once, guys. Yep, I think it looks good. Alright, great. We are live. I guess I want to stream like this today. A little bit of music in the background, and then we are just talking and stuff. Maybe, maybe not. Let's see. Starting like this. But let me just greet everyone. Yes, sorry. Hello, 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 everyone, and welcome to today's live stream. Uh, Today we have again a lot of things to cover as well. Let me just put myself on full screen. Yes, hello and welcome everyone for today's live stream. Again, we are here to do a lot of development, a lot of talks, a lot of things, all AI. And today we have a good lineup. We are gonna do some testing, check the AI updates, learn a few terminologies of AI. And one thing I'm genuinely super excited about is FDE, Forward Deployment Engineer. So we are going to talk about that as well. So I guess you are guys are excited too with whatever is coming today. And with that, I think we'll just begin. Yeah, I all looks good. You. So yeah, all the streams are live. We are good to. Okay, I guess. Yeah. Do you want me to put some music in the background? I can. Yeah. Just for some time, maybe we can put, and then we'll see. All right. To begin with, of course, there is one very important topic that I want to cover today, which is forward deployment engineer. I think something that I've found recently. So I thought, why not? We'll just discuss and talk about it. But regardless of it, let's start uh, with our some of the updates that we are getting today, and then we'll move on. Right? Let me just mute the. Yeah. Okay, I'm closing the. Okay, moving on. I think we will start with looking at some AI updates that we have. I think still here we did look at those updates. Oh, okay. So how is it? So like seven. Apple takes OpenAI to court. OpenAI sends GPT to work. SpaceX cursor released the strongest rocket. Why is it saying 6 minutes? Is it like getting updated because it's from 9th of July? That's a weird thing. Yeah, it's a six. Oh, that's the read time. Okay, that much amount of time it will take to wait. Cool, no worries. I think this is something that we have already read. Um, yeah. OpenAI, we know that it took it to court. Researchers put AI job shock on the clock. Moonshot, Skimmy K3, yes, this is what we know. Anthropic Stable survives subscription act. So something we'll look first, then we'll look this, and then we'll look at this. I think these things we have already discussed, but let us look from a more professional standpoint of view, like what other people also think, so we know whether our thoughts are good or not, right? So yeah, Anthropic just ended a month of shifting deadlines. saying the model stay inside max and team premium at half the rate of each plan's usage caps, with lower plans getting one-time $100 credit before moving. Right. So I don't know how many of you have that pro plan. You are not getting Fable forever in your plan, but you're getting like $100 worth of credit to use Fable. Um, One interesting thing is, can you only use these $100 on Fable, or can you actually use it regardless? Because anyways, you're only getting $20 like plan, and over that you have $100 worth of computing. And I think Fables is $10 output, $50 sorry, $10 input, $50 output. So $100 must be is like what? Almost 2 million, I would say. 2 million input, 2 million output is what we are looking at. Like it's a little higher, like $120, but to give you a basic idea. So yeah. But anyways, it was a great news when it got released. I'm happy about it for sure. And every app they build without governance liability, retool governs it all. Build natively or without your favorite component, then deploy a governed foundation where auth, RBAC, and audit logs are. Okay. Sometime back, I actually thought about it to build a platform. In fact, I did it to an extent. If you guys want, I can show it to you later. That you can actually ship, like, where you can check the security of your platform and make sure you are covering everything that is required to make your platform. It's a little different from our GitHub skill production audit. It was more like, you just, it will check as you go. It's not like a one time production audit. It's more like every day, everything it will keep checking, make sure your platform is secure with every development, your deployment is secure, taking in all the logs and all of that. The rundown roundtable, REA use case. Practical plans is for your guest list, your backyard, and a group of children. Page 3. Deploy a mini SaaS in minutes with ChatGPT sites. Turn AI savings into real time, real revenue. Cool. Okay, let's put our Instagram story as well. Something I want. I know hardly I think anyone comes from there, but we have to put it. Any traction is good. Let's check how many people actually came yesterday, just to get an idea. There are two people who actually clicked on the link. So yeah, like it's not a bad thing. Both will be must be my friends only, something or the other, but I think it's a great. And we can put our story today on our AI. Let's not put it on our main page, my personal page. From AI page, let's put it. Let's see if you are interested. Join us. Discussing FDE, all about FDE, right? That's what we are going to do. Link. I've had that. The link. Discussing all about if this is something that I wanted to do because I am personally getting a lot excited and a lot more interested in the role of FD. Like I'll give you this statement like FD seems like my dream job. And I'll tell you actually why I'm saying. There are few reasons why I personally feel FDE is my dream job. First of all, you get to learn different technologies within AI, you get to learn different tools. Secondly, you get to work with people who want to implement AI, and it makes your skill of AI from application perspective twice, thrice better than just doing. Thirdly, you get to meet new people and solve their problem, and you get to try. So I think FD is like my dream job, my favorite role. So I thought, why not today we'll check a few FD job roles, what are the requirements and how those things work, and maybe see if we can, kind of apply to a few roles. Why not? I have my resume ready. We'll check if it is a good one for FDs, and then we'll see accordingly, right? But yeah, regardless of it, that's our priority for today. In the meanwhile, we are just checking some AI updates. OpenAI CFO's new math for budgets, grading corporate AI, arguing for useful intelligence per dollar. So if you're talking about useful intelligence per dollar, Grok wins the race. There is nothing better than Grok at the moment. Useful intelligence per dollar, I'm talking, and then maybe there is a GPT. Yeah, that's something that I would say. But Grok definitely takes the throne when you're talking about useful. Okay. Cool. We are, yeah, already aware about these models. If you guys don't know, US launched their first ever open weight model called Inkling, which is by Thinking Machines, which is I think by ex-CTO of OpenAI herself. And this is the first ever uh, open weight model launched by US company, right? And yeah, oh, this is quite interactive and nice, and that's what Inkling is. Basically, they say it's by a company called Thinking Machine. They say our mission is to build AI that extends human will and judgment. We have developed a platform that lets anyone customize model, preview an AI system built for interactive. Right. So this is the first model that has come out of US, which is open weights. It has 975 billion parameter, which is way lesser than any of the frontier models. But yes, this is a quite interesting thing because now US is starting in the open models race, and this is the first one. Eden says, "Yeah, yo, mind if I share something I've been building? Need some feedback." Absolutely, buddy. Please feel free to share in the chat. We would love to give you feedback. We mean I, and I would love to see what you're up to and what you have been building. What you can do is you will not be able to paste links, so just paste the name of your website or wherever it is, space, and is it .com, AI, whatever extension you have. Please feel free to share, and we can discuss it together. Yes. So calling is a mixture of experts transformer with 975 billion parameter. You remember, guys, yesterday we talked about what is mixture of expert. I'll show it to you again. This is called mixture of expert, which is basically enabling only a certain part of your model, so that even if let's say it's a 975 billion parameter model, it will only enable let's say 50 or 60 billion parameter for a particular task, which knows about. So that is what mixture of experts is. This we discussed the other day on the stream. That's why I said these terminologies that I have written over here, I have found and made notes on, are very important for anyone and everyone to understand, whoever is in the space of AI. Because at the end of the day, this is something that you will find mentioned in the links, or wherever you are reading something, or on your social media. So that's why this becomes very important for everyone. All right. Yeah. A lighter weight model, 12 billion parameters, trained with similar recipe that has strong performance with even low cost. And okay, there is something called Inklink Small as well. You can try it on Open Router, I guess, or Open Code. I don't know. Yeah. Anywhere you can try. We can check if Inkling is there on Open Router. I think it must not be, but maybe they have put it. Oh, they have put it. Okay. So Inkling is $1 input and $4 output. They have a context window of 524,000, and their speed is again quite slow because I think they don't have enough GPUs and don't have enough systems. Even being such a small model, like less than 1 trillion parameters, the speed is still slow. Fable is like 6 trillion or to 10 trillion parameters, and the speed is like 6 tokens per second. But Inkling has 35, and I'm guessing the reason is the computation power that they have. They probably don't have enough, power or enough machines to get that computation. But yeah, good to know that America is jumping into uh, the basic open weight rate with at least one company. Okay, this is the result. And what was the prompt? So this was the prompt: build a resume filler, single page application for a senior software position. Fill out the application using my saved profile, but for why I want to join and all of that, and let's see the result. What should we build? Okay, so okay, this is the Inkling UI, and it builds this senior software engineer contacting. Then it's harnessing basic. I would say basic. But let's see, guys. One more thing about AI slop. You know, I discuss a lot of AI slop. You read this ACME Labs full screen. ACME Labs. Any AI coded website, you will see the apart from names, there are variety of names now that AI use. But this ACME is the first company it uses to create any dummy data. Right? I consciously removed everything around AI terminologies and names and everything from my Pulse product because I have a lot of dummy data as well in the demo. If you see this, I'm Trellis. It was ACME before, then I had to change it and made it to Trellis because I knew it will not look good. Second, I'll tell you, second AI slop over here itself. It will primarily show 87% when it is trying to show a higher percentage close to out of 100. It will always give you a result of about 87%. That's another AI slop. So the names, the name of the company, these numbers, all of these you'll figure out when you're looking at the website, and you'll actually see if it is saying 87 or ACME. Like that's the most common slop we have. And I dedicatedly removed it from my complete website. If you'll see, if you'll search ACME, you will not find anything because it's a huge point in the story, right? So yeah, I think this is something I thought I'll just share with you guys if you don't know. So if you're vibe coding, if you are creating or developing with AI, make sure of these things. Don't use ACME. It's a direct giveaway that it's AI. I know everybody knows they are using AI, but how smart you're making it after using AI is something that matters the most, right? So do not use ACME, do not put 87 as numbers, and try to give your AI this in the memory that not to use these text slop, right? That would be my suggestion if you are building with AI, basically. All right. Yeah. Right. So this it shows like it's ACME because it's AI. For them, it's fine. They're building a AI model, so they can show this. Evaluated designer in a agentic web dev leaderboard were blinded. No, they've put Claude Sonnet 5 on the top, Soul here, Opus here, GLM 5.2 here, and then NP. I don't think so. Their benchmarking must be really, really bad to give such. Being very honest, definitely not good. Okay, this is something. So they have graphics. That's great. They must be picking it out from the Google or something. College 9 travel journal. Browse the actual document. Nice, cool. So audio MC. They have not given anything on the Sui benchmark. Actually, yeah, Sui benchmark. Sui benchmark Pro is 54%. They have very smartly put like this. See this? And then they have put like closed way. Because over here they were like really performing well for their investors and for whatnot. But now they are forgetting that Kimi K3 is live, and if they'll try to put it over here, it will be a lot higher than this, close to this. So they smartly put all these in the front because calling them open weight and pushing the close weight back. But now if they'll put Quen 3.8 as well as Kimi K3, they'll be embarrassed. That's why I think they have not put it because over here they look real good, right? Inkling looks real good when it comes to models that were coming last month. But if they are just gonna take into consideration this month's model, you're getting beat easily. Like you're just getting beat, to be honest. So yeah, that's another thing that's there. right? Okay, moving on. Uh, yeah, cool. So Inkling was there. I thought I'll just share with you guys around Inkling as well because that was a new thing that came out. So why not? Claude disproves an 87-year-old math problem. Okay, that's interesting. So there is a Jacobian conjecture is false. Thanks to my close friend Akhil for asking about it, and my other close friend Fable for working during the World Cup. Okay, so there was something called Jacobian conjecture, what they basically worked upon, and then they nobody was able to figure it out, and Claude disproved it. Sorry, it was proven, and Claude disproved it after 87 years. That's crazy. Either nobody worked on it, or nobody could figure it out. Produce a one-line formula that breaks the Jacobian conjecture, famous algebra rule that has stumped mathematicians since 1939. In Anthropic Levent appalls, disproving it with a hilariously casual X. Posted the proof over the weekend on X. Thanks. The field has produced this. Okay, so this is some equation which says has Jacob determinant -2 and sends this. I don't know, guys. I'm not that proficient in math or anything, so I really cannot comment what was it about and what is it about. But yeah, I think this is a big deal for sure. You can see we have 31.5 billion views. That's not a small number on X. This is not Instagram. This is not YouTube that you post short and everything. This is a huge deal if you're getting 31 million views on X. Okay. But doesn't this also imply that demixture, conjecture, and position are false in general? Yeah, I think so. I was considering tweeting it too, but people know JK. I did not. Sorry, guys. Let's see what Jacobian conjecture is. We do not get in in layman. Okay, understand. I love understanding. A famous math idea about whether a smooth, non-flattening grid of polynomial formulas can always be neatly reversed. It assumed that if a formula's local change rate stayed at a steady non-zero number everywhere, you could always run the math backward using normal polynomial. Okay? Imagine a machine that takes input numbers and scramble them into output numbers using basic polynomial math. The Jacobian is a tool from calculus that measures if the grid locally folds or crushes. If the local measure never equals zero and stays at steady constant, the conjecture gets the whole map, never crunched. And now it basically gave an output of minus. So I think that's what they are trying to come up with. So I think, yeah, basically, just keep cleaning my better, much better. So yeah, that's a great deal if Fable or the other AI models are able to give us better idea around the maths problem. And I think AI is quite working on a lot of maths stuff and other stuff that we human kind of proved or were not able to. Someone asking whether their actually work is breaking down. Washington exploring cracking down on Chinese AI. Yes, I think if I'm not wrong, US government is thinking about restricting Chinese AI. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Because first of all, because it's cheaper and it's equivalent to GPT 5.6 and Fable 5, people are going to switch to Kimi K3. That's first thing. And they're switching, these companies will have a huge loss of revenue. That's the very first thing itself. The second thing, of course, is the data security because, anyways, you are still going to use cloud, right? You're not downloading those weights. And I think for Kimi K3, it's not even out yet, open weight. So you're going to use on Chinese servers, and I guess US must be health scared thinking about that any of their data is going out on Chinese servers, China. Right. So I think US definitely is thinking about banning Kimi K3. Kimi K3 is just first, then they'll ban Coin 3.8 as well. And probably whatever is coming out of GLM series as well, 5.5 or whatever. I think they're going to ban all of them. That's definitely, I think, is on the cards, or they are going to put some policy that the weight needs to be deployed within their country or something, or on AWS server or something. Because if they are open weights, they can be deployed there. And companies like Amazon, Google, and all of that do have that computation power to like deploy those weights. How engineering leaders prove AI's impact. Engineering can't afford to keep investment decision on Fusion Data Docs free API book. The free API book. Why not? Let's check it out. I've been seeing, guys. So our content is not working that well. It's working good. I have no complaints. It's not about complaining. It's about improving. Okay. So the content, if you'll see over here, we have reached 308 followers. I'm genuinely blessed. Just how much days? How many days? 20 days back, we were at 90 something followers. And now if I'm at 308, it's a great way. And I already had 50 posts, 40, 45 posts that I recorded one by one. And now we just post from the stream till we are reaching here. I'm genuine. And all the reels are also touching more views. Like most of them are going in thousands. Some are in 500 to 1000. Like very few are like very low. Otherwise, if you'll see 1300, 1400, 1100, we are getting quite a lot of views. That's good for us. Now, for the next strategy, I was thinking two things. One, definitely my Instagram content is not getting pushed outside India. Right? Not a lot. I am genuinely sure. Like, if you want, I can check my insight. I can see what kind of audience is not, audience from. And then it's such a small amount account that it's not reaching the right people in India. Right? Those are the two concerns. Then the third thing is, since I'm only speaking English, I already am narrowing down on my audience, right? Lastly, since these are clips from the stream itself, sometimes they don't have the best flow or the best hook or the best language in it because they are very raw, natural, as I'm now talking to you. So I think because of these reasons, our reels are not reaching. Apart from this, we do not make clickbait reels, right? For example, I was checking like this Claude code skill will change how you work with Claude, right? We don't say anything like this. If we start to say things like this, I think we'll get even more. So today I was thinking actually while we are on stream, we'll practice this because anyways we have one or two people. So why not practice this more? Practice the skill of making a little bit of clickbait content, right? I thought, yeah, I think that's something that we can do. OpenAI's Match Star tries to break containment. Oh yes. Oh yes. We have the first scary incidents from a AI lab, uh, I think, which we all should be aware or should know about. So far, what AI has been doing in terms of destructiveness is basically, uh, you know, doing deleting databases, deleting code, deleting files. And I think that is not completely on AI. That has a lot to do with how you are using AI. Like it's a mix of both. If you have some safeguards up or not, we have, like, in our case, but a lot of people don't do that. So, because of which these databases get deleted or these files get deleted. But now we have the very first major issue that is coming directly from uh, an AI lab, and that to the level of open. Right? Basically, they revealed that their unreleased model, which is speculated to be GPT-6, and their GPT 5.6 during some internal testing, right? It break through the system and actually like basically they were testing something on Hugging Face, and it break into Hugging Face data. And I don't know, they have not released what exactly it did and what happened, but they went into the database of Hugging Face. The model itself escaped through the sandbox and accessed something which it had no access. That was the first scary moment that happened. Basically, if you'll see, a scanner caught the model hunting other system private answers, admitting that it tried to slip them through, right? So this was the first scary thing, and OpenAI themselves acknowledge it. That's a good thing on their part, but that's a scary thing nevertheless. So yeah, this is something that has happened. I think we'll read more about it on X and we'll properly see what it. But this was another thing, and yeah. And finally, as we were discussing yesterday, we have the Gemini lineup. We have a new Gemini lineup which has 3.6 flash and 3.5 light and something 3.5 security or something, 3.5 cyber, I think. And they are only able to compare it within their own models because Google, unfortunately, is unable to produce a good frontier model. I think we just posted a reel about it as well. Best engineers, they have the most money, they have the most compute, and still no frontier model. I think that's something to think about, and that's something for Google as well to think. Give me a second. The light is getting too harsh. To dim it a little. Am I looking still fine? Let me just check. And yeah, it's yes. Was I? Yes. So Google is still unable to produce a single, frontier model, and I think that's what everybody's talking about. Prost is missing. Uh, yeah, it says remain unreleased with Google's Logan saying that model is testing with partners and will hopefully land soon. They also ended up the announcement with an update on Gemini 4 saying the company has kicked off its most ambitious pre-training run yet. So if they've just started this run, I think it will take them another 6 months to kind of build this, right? It's not going to be easy for them to do this, but another 6 months for sure to complete this training of Gemini 4. And hopefully, Gemini 4 will be something worth because by Gemini 4, I'm guessing Fable 6 or Fable 5.5, somewhere like that, should already be out. We will also be on Fable Opus 5.3, 5.4 range, something like that. So we'll have at least two successor of Fable, two successors of Opus, and GPT-6 must be out. So these model must be out, and Gemini 4 will have to compete with these models, and hopefully they'll be able to. Because if they'll not, and then they again, won't release it, then I think it's dead. AI for Google will already be dead on frontier scale. They can do speed, they can do optimization and all of that, but frontier will be dead for them for a long time, right? Because nobody is going to trust them, and they're going to lose huge amount of money in the markets. They already lost $140 billion that day. Yeah, when they pushed the Gemini announcement. So yeah, these are the few things that are happening. I thought we'll just discuss them one by one to make sure you as well as myself we are up to date, guys. Today we need to learn how to make very catchy and crazy content, and that's what we'll try to do. You guys tell me if we are going good or not. AI biggest copyright bill comes due. Yeah, somebody sued Anthropic basically for $1.5 billion settlement, clearing payment $3,000 title across 482,000 works pulled from piracy. I think I discussed with you guys about this as well the other day that we'll see a lot of these uh, cases down the line, especially around copyright, IP, and all of that. Because when these models were training, nobody was asking them for like where they got all this data from. Was it copyrighted? Was it licensed and whatnot? Now that these companies have a lot of money and people are starting to figure out where they got this data from, we'll see these lot of copyright cases that will happen on all these different companies. Over here, Anthropic eventually, if they don't still support US government, they'll start to face real issues. I think OpenAI is in talks with the US government already to give them some percentage, some stake. So they will be more safer for sure. And yeah, it's going to be interesting, but I think these cases are coming out sooner than we think. Sell high value AI workflow audit as a client consultant. Ask Claude to interview about your work, industries, and tools you know best. Then suggest three consulting angles. Ask Claude to build an AI assessment for a prospect to uncover AI opportunities in the business scored out of 100. Yeah, I keep thinking, like, what will be the use of these big four consultant companies, PwC, Deloitte, and all of these companies, if AI is becoming so good, right? What exactly are their hundreds and thousands of consultants going to do? Because AI can do the same thing. I'm not saying it's going to completely replace them, but I'll need maybe one consultant for the same work that right now 10 consultants are, right? And that's what how AI is going to change the market as well, right? Like if anybody asks how AI is going to change the job market, this is how AI is going to change. Not going to replace everyone, but it's going to replace most of us. Okay, cool. Incogni, yes, we are aware of it. Full sites open weight AI with. Okay, there is another model in place which is open weight. I think it's again from China or something. Cool. We had this playbook, right? Engineering leaders build reliable systems at AI velocity. Learn how engineering leaders can prove AI's impact in production using a practical framework and 90-day action check. Okay, they're giving it for free. Let's take it, guys. If anybody wants it, I can post the link in the chat. Just But it seems like we are getting a free playbook and a 90 days. Yeah, and a 90 days checklist that we can use. Our company Pulse. We go for at pulsehq.tech. Number I don't know. Okay. So yeah, this is the playbook that they have given. Let's download it. Let's see what they have. And today, guys, the priority and the work is not around this. Today, we are primarily going to discuss about forward deployment engineering. I am very much interested into it. I want to know all about it. I want to see what kind of jobs are there in FDEs and how we can apply to it. Right? Even me as a founder, I am genuinely very intrigued around FDE. Being a FD apart from being a founder, because things, after a time, either things slow down or things go on autopilot. And for that, you need to figure out how to stimulate yourself, your mind. And I think that's where these things, and I genuinely am very interested about learning more on FDs and how they work, what they need to do, and what is the best way to become one. So we'll try to build a roadmap, basically, right? We'll try to put together a roadmap to become the best FD in the world. Datadog is observability security platform. Okay, I don't know what they are. The next way of agent failures won't be about what agents can't do. Edge wins. Nice. It's about what team can't observe. Agents need the same production feedback loop you have expected from great. Use AI to grow revenue, deploy AI efficiently. I think, yeah, help engineering ship AI faster with more confidence. I think it's somewhere in the path of our FDs that we want to talk about, but a little different. So let's see. Elevate customer experience with AI. Okay, cool. It be cool. So we have covered this. One more thing today got released. Remind me, which is RFS. RFS, if you don't know, is Request for Startups by Y Combinator, and they just released a list for fall. Today it got released for fall 2026. I think we only have like 5 more days before you can apply to fall 2026. And I want to check what kind of startups they're requesting this time. And if we can build, we can think of an idea around it, or some idea pops up, we can brainstorm along with AI. But that this will be interesting to talk about. But I want to see once how many jobs of FDE right now are there in the right. If you guys not following me on LinkedIn yet, please go ahead and follow me. Everything is there down in the description. I post everywhere on all the platforms. I try my best. Forward jobs, load new founder roles, preferences. Describe the job for you. Forward deployment. Okay, let's see. You see, we have one in Mumbai also, by the way. There is one here. 12 years plus. We are looking for a talented FDE for 59. Okay, it's sure. In Mumbai. Google is hiring. BlackRock is hiring in Mumbai. Then you have, yeah, quite a few big companies sourcing X. Salesforce is hiring in Mumbai. So the demand for this job is skyrocket. And if you have the potential and talent, go for it. I want to see what's the situation in United States. Of course, 99 plus result. The very first company is OpenAI, who is looking for. So I think this is my observation. I was just checking on YC as well, and I'll show it to you on YC. But I think apply to FDs in the small startups, you will learn a lot more system because in these big companies, they'll have a very defined role for you and very defined work. The startups, you'll be able to expand in terms of features, in terms of knowledge. So if you are working, maybe you can prefer a startup for being in it. But I think anyone who is in the domain of AI and is building something should look towards this more than being an AI developer, more than being an AI researcher. Definitely check it out. If it's a fit for you, then you move ahead, right? But otherwise, that's fine. But the idea is to figure it out. Oh, I have two people in my network who are at Teams partner customer to turn research breakthroughs into production system. Intersection of customer delivery and core platform. FD leads complex end-to-end deployments of frontier models in production alongside our most strategic customers. You will on discovery, technical scoping, system design, build, and production rollout, partnering directly with the customer engineering and domain. So basically, what will happen is you will work directly with the customer. Let's say I'm at OpenAI and my customer is I take one. Let's say PwC. Okay, PwC is my customer. Now, PwC has a lot of processes that they follow every day to consult their clients, to build stuff, to build presentation and stuff like that. So, what you need to do is you first need to discover how they are currently doing their processes and how we can technically scope them to make them better. Right? Once we understand wherever we can integrate this technical stuff and all of that, then the next thing we have, of course, is to build the design system that, okay, this is how this will work. The data will come from here. This is how it's going to get processed. This is the model we are going to use, all of that. Then you're going to build on it and then you're going to roll it out. So it can be like a small SaaS for the company. It can be like an existing tool for the company that giving them, or it can be just like using their own product. For example, OpenAI's own products and plugins. So you need to figure it out. It depends what kind of company you're going to, and accordingly you build their systems. Here, if I'm going to OpenAI, I know OpenAI want me to build specific systems using their tech for the company. Workflow impact, evaluation driven feedback. You'll closely work with the product, research, partnership, GRC, security, and GTM. You see, guys, this is the beauty of this pro. You will get to work with so many different kind of teams. You are not going to be limited to one team or two teams. You will work with product, research, partnership, security, and GT. So that's the beauty of this role. You'll get to collaborate with so many people with different skill sets that it will develop so much knowledge for you. It will make you so smart as a person who is in this. So this is a role that everybody should check out. And if you can become one, nothing like it. And even if you'll see the payouts, you see this? What kind of crazy payout this is? Average, if I'll take, this is coming around somewhere at $220,000 a year, which is approximately, if I'm talking about INR, is 2 CR, more than 2 CR I'm talking, 2 crore rupee, right? And you're getting this from a company like, just imagine. You're doing your dream job, you're doing your dream work, and then you're doing. I've scoped and delivered complex system. I have done that. I have 5 years of experience. Write and review production grade code across front and back end. Yes, I can. I've built or deployed systems powered by LLMs. Yes, I have. Simplify complex and make found. Yes, I can do that. Communicate clearly with engineers. Yes, I can do that. Okay, so yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, this is a perfect role for someone like me who is building in AI, who has been building in AI since a while and understand every nitty gritty of tool and AI, which I think I've been able to share with you guys. So this is a dream job for me. I definitely want to apply, but the issue again sometimes comes to uh, you know, around visa issue, particular forward deployment engineer and vice. Let's look at something else. Quantix search. Equity, we have partnered with one of the fastest growing AI company in US building enterprise AI across voice, chat, email, and messaging. Specialist technical delivery team responsible for taking those agents from concept to product. Own enterprise AI agent deployments from scoping through launch and iteration, all of that. And yeah, customer facing role, you have to do strong coding fundamentals, you need to have experience shipping production systems, all of that you basically need. That's what the requirement. At the end of the day, you just need to know how to ship good productions. Actively reviewing applications. I said, I want to do one thing. How about I tell Claude to make my profile in a way that it also is appealing for uh, FDE roles. But the issue is, I don't want it completely be around that because I am more in my founder era. But yeah, this is something that we can do. I think I have a resume which says something like it, but of course, my LinkedIn does not. So maybe, yeah, we can apply. It's an easy apply. Let's see. Why not? I'm just gonna apply in one job, right? I'm gonna upload my latest resume. You see, guys, my last resume that I uploaded ever was 2023. It's been 3 years since I have put any resume, and so I was just building one today. I thought, why not give a shot to this particular profile? Because I'm highly, highly interested. Like, if I get a great opportunity in this, I'll keep building, I'll keep doing stuff. But this is like a dream job for me at the moment, ideally. Have you personally owned the end-to-end delivery of customer-facing? Yes. Have built and deployed production system involving API integration? Yeah, yes. You can check out all my startups and yeah, submit the application. I have applied to a job after years. This is the first job that I have applied maybe after 4 years, after getting into entrepreneurship, after my last full time job. I did not apply. I was focusing on that and I'll still focus. This is just for me to even validate what I've been doing and maybe get a good opportunity, right? Never say never to any opportunity. This is definitely on paper my dream job. I just need to figure out whether in reality, yeah, no harm in giving it a shot. Again, you see, $350, $500,000. What is this? Connecting top talents across SD, FD, AI, plus highly competitive equity. Work closely with customer engineering teams to understand problems, build and improve solutions. And I think this is something that I have, right? Like I've showed you guys, I have over a bank of over 200 ideas. I'm not saying they're all good, but some of them are. I am constantly in a space where I'm thinking about problems and their solution. Problems and their solution. So I feel if I am doing that, then of course I can understand a client's problem. I can give them the right solution or at least suggest them the right solution and then eventually build it. You have seen me building Synclify, you have seen building Pulse. Uh, and I think Pulse as a platform itself is something that if any company sees it thoroughly, right, checks it out properly. I'll show you guys if you're not trusting me, of course. You will be like, this is a crazy good platform from every perspective, from the UI, UX, everything. And I'm not talking about landing page. Anybody can build a landing page. That's fine. You can actually go try the live demo without signing up, and you will see the whole platform in action. And the kind of features it has is crazy, right? Right? If you just think about it, like it's genuinely too good to understand it. So that's what I'm trying to say. Like I have built it thoroughly for any company to take it, build their company brain, use it to, train their people, use it to train their juniors, use it to be prepared more, use it for staying up to date across multiple tools, across teams. And I have built it myself end to end. And the amount of details this has, it's crazy. Like you'll say it has way too much detail. And that's what I also worry about at times. But yeah, I thought as of now it's fine. As the user comes in, I'll probably improve on it. But this is a platform that I have end to end built, shipped. It has APIs, it has integrations, it has LLMs, every single thing. You see, you have so many options of LLMs and stuff. Which one are you choosing? Sonnet, Opus, GPT, Gemini, Gemini Pro, Auto, all of that you have, right? I can add Fable also here. It totally depends. It's not even a big deal. So yeah, this is something that I've been doing. So why not? I think whatever their requirement is, it was pretty much satisfied. And it's not just about me. I think as I'm talking, if any of you are building in AI, you are already one step ahead on this job. If you have built an AI, end-to-end AI tool, which has the most complex, code structure, which has the most complex workflows and all of that, you can simply apply to such platforms if you are not getting a good response on your startup, right? And this job is anybody's dream job. You get to meet people, you get to learn so much, you get to deploy real world solutions, you get to travel, whatnot. Like I think this is the first job that has come out in engineering department, I would say, which involves this much customer facing, right? So far, engineering has always been the desk job, the back end job. For the first time, you have an engineering job. If you love AI, if you love engineering, and you actually get to go meet people, hear their problems live. No sales team, no customer acquisition team is going to tell you their problem. You are the one on ground. You are listening to their problems and you are building for them there itself. That is the beauty of it. And I think whoever is in this space should definitely look at this role. And it pays you like crazy. All these compensations you are seeing over here, just check it out. Like, I don't think you get a job below 100,000. How crazy is how crazy is right? Let's check it out. This for, let's say, Zurich, right? I want to check in Switzerland. Of course, the payout is less there, but yeah, why not? You see everywhere. Staff forward deployed engineer. Google is hiring. BLP. I don't even know what this company is. Salesforce. Because all these company wants to reach out to their customers again. All these companies wants to reach out to new customers and give them their AI solutions before Anthropic and OpenAI builds it and make them available easily, right? That is another fear that all these big companies and enterprises have. Now, what is happening? OpenAI and Anthropic are slowly building every possible solution for you with their skills, with their plugins, and all of that. So whichever company was there previously, they're all scared. Like if they'll not update their AI, if they'll not update their customers with the new AI and techniques, they'll eventually die down. So that's why they need these engineers that they go there and they implement AI on the existing systems for each customer, understand their requirements, and kind of give them the right systems. And that's what they're doing. You see this 180,000 Swiss francs, that's almost like what, $200,000, maybe more than that. No response inside. As a leading global software company, and this deploy, tune, create AML models with customers and share critical feature requests with the product engineering tree. All right, work across the entire model operation stack. leverage modern AI/ML technologies. Requirements 5 years plus. Okay, AI platform LangChain, Nemo, PyTorch, SparkML. This is again something that I want to learn more on. I want to learn more about these AI platforms. I know Spark, LangChain. I know PyTorch. I've heard of SparkML. I've never even heard of Nemo. I need to check, right? Maybe this is more towards their own clients, but yeah, you can learn. And now with AI, the learning is also very. So you should learn. Familiarity with our AI. I remember giving an interview. It was quite a few years back, and I actually failed that interview. It was the last round in a good company and with a good package, right? For a position of senior machine learning engineer, that was interview. It was after I left my first job. I thought, why not get another job and do my startup on side? But eventually, I just did my startup full time. But I remember giving this interview. It was a great company. I think it still is, and it was great role. The company was great. I cleared the top first two rounds, the test that they gave, then the first interview. I think I cleared three rounds, and then there was this fourth round where they just gave me a research paper and asked me to explain it thoroughly. And I did not have enough inputs to answer all their questions on that research because their thoughts were way ahead of what I thought of. I did understood the paper thoroughly, but eventually I failed because they were asking like, if we change this from this research paper, then what will happen? And I did not have AI back then to ask these questions and prepare myself, right? And I think that is the primary reason I failed that interview. And I think now with AI in picture, you can actually achieve that. You just, if I go back there, I just need to understand that paper, ask all the bizarre questions that I can possibly think of. How to make this implementation better? If I reduce the parameters, what will happen? If I reduce any training rate, what will happen? All of these things. If I change the data set, what will happen? If I introduce some noise, what will happen? I can ask these questions and let AI give me those answers. And I no longer need to predict them and then learn from it. This is the difference. Okay, cool. Let's apply to this because it's a easy apply. Why not? I'm gonna apply to a few jobs which are easy apply. What's the point of getting my? They need a cover letter. I'll apply it to it. Card. I'll just save it. Right? Where do you save the jobs? Yeah. Oh, I've saved it. I'll apply to it. But you getting it? What I'm saying, right? Around forward deployment engineer, what it is about, who can apply, and why you should apply. So this is one thing. Let's go to X. I think there are a few things that I figured out on X as well, which could be interesting for us to read more about in the domain of FDE, particularly. Okay, is this? Oh, it's a parody. I'm excited to announce that I, Gary Tan, creator of GStack and inventor of Boom Loop, which will be launching my own open source open weight AI. It will be better than Mythos and even GPT-6. I call it GAI. Uh, wow. Yeah, you guys know, right? Who is he? He's the president of YC. Yeah. Y Combinator. AI is moving into physical world. We are excited about new wave startups rebuilding the system. Yes, we need to check this, guys. I have opened it in my other tab. We'll check these requests. I think it's a wonderful opportunity for anyone to make a name for themselves. I think the most important part with YC, first, their network. The network that they have is crazy. They have this something called Bookface, if I'm not wrong, something like that, where they have all the founders that they have over the last 20. And I think within that, you can find your customers if you are building a good solution, right? Then The kind of guidance you get from the people over there is. Third, you are in the Silicon Valley. Nothing can beat that, to be honest. Fourth, you are getting funding, right? So you don't need to worry about going all in and just building, right? Because you have the money to sustain yourself, and not just that, to build your company. So just looking at these four things, how crazy is that? These are the benefits of YC, which personally attracts me. I applied in the last batch, I did not get selected. I'm gonna apply in this batch as well. I'm just making up my mind whether I want to apply with one of the new ideas that I'm building around or with my old idea. I don't want to go with my old because I know they are going to reject it for sure. So I'll probably move in with some new idea. So we're going to check their RFS, see if we can find something from there, brainstorm with it, and just apply with the idea. YC takes all the application, be it on the idea stage, seed stage, MVP stage, or revenue stage. Of course, if you have revenue, you have better chances. But if your idea is out of the world, there is always a hope. And there is no harm in applying, right? Like, what is the harm in applying? You can reapply again and again. And why will I not apply again? So I think anyone who is building, no matter how good or bad your idea you think it is, go ahead and apply to YC. It's a great opportunity. If you get to an interview stage, you get great feedback. If you don't get to that stage, it's still a win-win, right? You're still ahead of the people who never even thought about applying in a funding. And this is the easiest way to apply to a fund as well. AI agents that ship product videos whenever you ship features. Engineering teams today are releasing product updates faster. Go closer, deploy the team of agent to create launch videos, product demos. Yeah, I think this is something. I also got this idea one day. Okay, I was like, I'm pushing so much code, and then I don't have the time to, uh, market it on X on any platforms. How about I connect my GitHub repository to Claude, and then I just ask it every single day to give me a good X post and LinkedIn post around the feature. And then I sat down to do some research on this idea because it was literally, I thought, wow, nobody must have thought it. I'll just on every PR get this idea and push something. But when I sat down and actually did my research, I figured out there are so many companies who are already doing this and not doing it properly. And I thought wrote it down, and it must be one of those ideas in this 254 ideas bank. But yeah, I thought one day I'll do it when I'll find the right way to do it. All these, you see this is what they are also doing. Connect with GitHub, you take the information from the PR, and then you generate the video. That's how it works. And for the video generation, I am 100% sure they must be using Remotion. I can guarantee you it either Remotion or Hyperframe, right? So yeah, I think if you're good with marketing, any idea is good for you. But otherwise, like, this is a very basic idea. Trust me, uh, it's not something that is a game changer. Just to give you an idea, I like their UI, no doubt around it. But yeah, you can find some customers also because you're backed by YC and all of that. But at the end of the day, it's a basic idea. You get your script, you get your voiceover, you smart auto zoom, beautiful captions, SOPs, branded reader. I'll show you a live example of how I built it. I'm not just saying it because I'm jealous or something. I did it myself. This is the video I created, and I'll show you all these 6 pointers
Everything
in
your
this.
company knows is
Okay.
scattered across your
Uh,
tools,
keep
stuck in your
looking.
people's heads, and re explained over and over to your AI.
Okay, you see the animation, you see the voiceover, you see a good script. All of that is here.
Pulse connects all of it, every
See,
tool, every person, every
as
AI,
you're talking.
into one company brain that never forgets. Every morning, it shows
So what were you? I'll show you.
you what changed, what needs you, even what your next meeting will cover.
Zoom in came in. So what were their pointers? You get your script, you get your voiceover, you get smart zooms. The zoom happened, you saw. You get beautiful captions, you saw. You get auto-generated SOPs and how-tos, that also you saw. And then these are just them. See? So
Before you
it's a
ask.
very basic
Ask
idea.
it anything
You just
and get
need
a
time
real
to do
answer
this.
with a
It took me
citation in
about
every sentence.
uh,
Or run deep
6 hours, if I'm not wrong, to build this video into. 6 to 7 hours, multiple prompting, multiple tools I used. But even I thought of building this startup, and it's a great idea. If you have a good distribution, this startup will work regardless of how many competitors you have. All you need is strong marketing for this idea. If it's a common idea, it's a common problem. You just need to improve a little. As you can see, all of these things like
Best of
run
all,
properly,
you can do every part of
right?
this just by talking. Ask a question, run an agent, build a report, completely hands free. Individual AI makes one person faster, team AI makes the whole company smarter. As teams get leaner, that shared memory matters more, not less. Pulse. Self improve your company. Try the live demo. No sign up at
What more do you want? It is the best, simplest video from every perspective. It explains the platform properly, clearly. And that's what they are doing. I'm not against them, but again, just to push you, like just to tell you, it's very easy to implement. It's very easy to do, right? You do, and best part, you know what? You don't even need to record anything. I am not asking for recording. All I am asking is to link your code, right? That's the way to go about it. You don't need to upload a video or anything. All you have to do is just give me your code. That's all. And if you give your code, then rest everything can be easy, right? All of this you see here. Fine tune your script video, customize your video flow. All of that you can easily. Rishikesh says, bro, your opinions are trash about Google regarding their Gemini model. Please do a research before making a video. Hi Rishikesh, buddy. Sorry to offend you. I'm genuinely sorry if I have offended you or did not made a proper video. Please tell me where I went wrong. I would love to rectify myself. I'll take down the video if I think I have not done justice to it. Genuinely sorry for hurting your opinions or hurting your point of view. Uh, Again, these are again, as I say, as you have put it right as well. These are my opinions. You consider it trash. That's totally up to you. No offense. But yeah, I would love to improve. So if you have any feedback on my reviews or my point or my opinions, please tell me in the chat. I would love to, learn more on it. I'm just starting out. I don't wanna uh like see any. Uh, Amrit Singh says, "Hey sir, came across your Insta a few days ago and have been binge watching your reels ever since. Love your content. Wishing you all the best for your future." Okay. Thank you, Amrit. Thank you so much. That was so contradict. That's why I'm laughing. Rishikesh here, another brother of ours, just mentioned my reviews were trash. And here you are saying great content. First of all, thank you so much for being a part of Instagram community or being here on the stream as well. It genuinely means a lot to me. And if you are loving my content, if you are getting any value out of it and you're saying you're binge watching, that's a huge thing for me. If you are loving any part of it, if you're getting any value out of it, I am genuinely glad. I wish I will keep providing you more value. I'll keep doing better. Even for Rishikesh, I'll try my best to give you guys the best output. But definitely, that is something I think I would love to help you guys out. Right? Anything and everything you ask, I'm there to answer you, be it positive, negative, but I'm genuinely happy. As viewer, I want you to grow, also make short reels. Short but quality, I meant. Yeah, Rishikesh, that's what I want to understand. I am making these short reels from the stream itself. We learn continuously from the stream. If you'll join our streams, I try to stream as much as I can. And we learn together, and I then share my opinion based on the research that I have done. My research will not always be proper. My research will always not be like the best. I just do my best and then share my opinion on Instagram and other platforms. So yeah, I would genuinely love to know if in any way I can improve those shots. Please feel free to share in the chat if you think somewhere I'm not speaking properly and something. In fact, earlier in the stream I was actually talking about this, that so far I have not made those content pieces which other people do, right? They create this, okay, install this Claude skill to change your life, use this tool to make your work easier. Something I have not been able to do. And I think that is the reason, that's why we are still at 300 followers. If I will make those reels, right, like today I'll go to GitHub, I'll give you a live example over here. Okay, I'll go to GitHub. I want to promote this World Monitor repository, right? How will I start with this? I'll start something like this: protests, Iran war, developments in AI. If you want to stay updated on each and everything that is happening around the world, I have found the most perfect tool for you, and it's completely for free, right? This is how you put the hook. And then I just explain in 1 or 2 lines. It's called World Monitor. It is a intelligence dashboard which tracks real time what is happening around the world, right? If I make videos like this, it's more clickbaity, but I think at the end of the day, you may not get the right value out of it, right? I'm thinking about making them, of course, to, uh, you know, make this community bigger, but we will, of course, do that. But yeah, I think that's what I need to do. I think that's what you're also mentioning. So if you guys want, I can create this type of content. It's easier to create, to be honest, because there is no research required. I can literally open this and just be done with. Rishikesh says, "Lol, sorry about the early comment. I scrolled and stream. Next to you is a guy smoking and drinking. So you are much." Yes, that's a very bad influence. Please just click on the three dot and say, never recommend me this channel. Um, that is one difference I want to bring to my community, which is to do something productive instead of doing something brain rotting, right? I also have seen those YouTube live and YouTube videos where people are literally creating brain rot content where they are influencing you in the bad way. And I just wanted to do something productive. Sometimes I'll be right, sometimes I'll be wrong, and I'm totally okay with it. But the idea altogether is to give you guys good. And whoever is wondering on like the mainstream, where are we talking about all of this? We are talking on the short stream chat. On We are also streaming on YouTube Shorts, right? So from there, I'm getting all these uh, chat. Rishikesh says subscribe to you. Thank you, man. Thank you. Means a lot. Welcome to our small community. We'll grow together. We'll learn together. That's the whole uh, motive behind this community. And thank you so much for being here. Welcome, welcome, man. If you have any doubts, anything around AI, any thoughts, any feedbacks, please don't hesitate to share it in the chat. All right. Yeah. So yeah, we were just oh, we have a lot of things. Turn any rough recording documents like that into engaging video. Generate step-by-step written guides with screenshot. Okay, these are just more or less some over-the-top features with their primary um, product, right? Yeah, they have AI avatars, motion graphics, all of that. So it's just over-the-top features. I would say this is a great and a basic idea both at the same time. If you know how to do it with prompts, you can easily do it. If you don't know how to do it with that, you can of course focus on it. See, that's how they are creating these demo videos and stuff. And
Next, pick
you
your
can
travel
easily
base.
create this too.
Or if you're feeling flexible.
Ankit here in the chat. Hey buddy, how are you doing? You just came or you were here all along and you were on mute in the chat?
And where they are on the map here.
Uh, Hard to
Zoom
you,
in
bro.
and bam, there's our cherry blossom park marked in yellow.
Uh, yeah, cool. Moving on. Okay, you can now ask Claude about 5 minutes. Oh, nice. Did you just hear somebody first said we are trash and then he appreciated us. Thanks to Rishikesh, he finds some value here now. You see, we are in the right direction, man. You can ask best uses of Cowork. Oh, Cowork has a lot of good. Thank you, man, for coming here and asking the right question. Always. I'll show you my own use cases of Cowork. Okay, don't share it with everyone. These are some secret use cases. But since everything and anything I'll share with you. So here are some of the use cases of Cowork. First of all, everybody right now, whoever is using the normal Claude chat, should use Cowork because on Cowork till 5th of August, you are getting 50% more usage. So that's the first thing that you should do with Cowork. And instead of doing just your normal chats, switch to Cowork, you're getting more usage, right? So there is no harm. Now I'll tell you the best point about Cowork. Once you create projects in your Claude, right? So you get all these projects like now these projects have the whole context of your cowork and stuff, like the whole context of whatever you're talking across multiple chat. So it's not like I've started one chat and the context is only to that much chat. It will have context across multiple chats within that project. Now coming to what all you can possibly do with cowork and what I am doing with. Every single day, I am generating my YouTube thumbnails, description, everything with Go. You see this because it has context, it has every detail about this. It can generate everything around me. What should be the thumbnail like? What should be the text on the, sorry, what is the description like? What is the, title, tags, every single thing. So it actually gives me all that information. I don't know why it's not opening here, but yeah, you get the gist, right? This is the first use of Cowork, how I use it. See this? You're getting all this information. You get this in chat also, but over here I'm able to save it. Now, since my Cowork knows about all the context, I have other things done as well. I have set up, like when I start, before I started YouTube streaming, Claude knows I want to stream. So I actually asked it to set up everything for my stream. I asked it to the topics that I want to talk about, and every day I can ask it. I asked it how I can generate the short form video from it, and all of that. In fact, I do. If I'll show you my other project on Cowork, they have changed the UI, so it's a little messy now. YouTube stream short extraction. Every single day I stream, I generate the transcription from it, and then I just give it to Cowork, and it generates me all the shots. You see over here, list wise, I get all these shots that I post on different social media channel from one stream. That's how I'm using Cowork. It has all the context again. It is within my projects and everything. I wanted to buy mic, right? So I just gave it to Cowork again to search it. It got the context that I need my YouTube mic and stuff and all like that. So that is the best use case. The next and the biggest use case of Cowork is harnessing. I don't know if you're aware of what harness is. Harness is basically the power of AI tools and models like Claude, like Codex, and all of that to research, to fetch data from the internet, to fetch data from different plugins, to fetch data from anywhere possible. That is what harnessing is about. And Claude is wonderful. Cowork is wonderful with. If I want to, let's say, fetch some data around forward deployment engineering, right? For example, there are FDE jobs that are present across the world. And I want my cowork to go on LinkedIn, fetch me all those jobs, and then make a list of all those jobs for me for apply. And then make my resume according to that job. Cowork will use my browser. Okay, it will use this browser that you see over here. Go to my LinkedIn, fetch those jobs, and make a list for me. I don't need to do anything manually. Next, let's say I want to integrate any tool in my product, right? For example, in Pulse, you are aware that we have all these tools. So to use all these tools, you need to integrate them in your product. I can literally tell Cowork, go ahead, find their API keys, make the account, get me the API key, and give it to me here. Register them for our Pulse. It will go ahead, use my browser, and do all of that for me. Of course, the usage is more, the credit usage is, of course, more because it's taking screenshots and all of that. But you are getting that output at hand. You can literally do any other work and it will give you that output. So, this is how you use Cowork. Currently, I am using Cowork for multiple things. First itself is uh, uh, making the shots, making the thumbnails, metadata, and all of that for my stream. That's for YouTube. Secondly, I am also looking to a lot into forward deployment engineering jobs, and I actually made a whole CV for me today using that. I cannot show you the CV live, but I actually made a whole new CV based on a lot of job description, right? So I can actually apply as per a job description. Then another thing that I'm doing with this is in one of my startups, which is around content marketing. I'm analyzing my clients' profiles. So now I don't need to input how many likes each post get. I'm just telling my Claude Cowork, giving it the Instagram link of my client, and it all automatically fetches all the likes and all of that. And Instagram also cannot ban me because I'm using my own browser, right? So this is the power of Cowork. This is how you harness it. It's a great tool. It's a crazy tool if you use it right way. I hope that answers your question. Rishikesh says, which org you work at, bro? So Rishikesh, I am an entrepreneur. I do not work anywhere. I have my own company. I run multiple companies. One is wizardingmedia.com. It's a content marketing company. You can check here. Of course, check it out and let me know what you think as well. This is one company where I work. Sorry, I have. The other company or other tool that I've built is Synclify.ai, Instagram management tool. This is another thing that I've built, and this is the new look of it. We actually built it live on stream the other day. This is the new look of Synclify. I don't know if you have checked it previously, but this is completely transformed. The third tool that we have built is Pulse. It's a company brain. Again, we have improved significantly on this tool with front end and everything. So yeah, this is what I do, and this is what I've done. Uh, Bro, you can run automation to generate shots with caption. I don't remember the name of it. Yes, I'll tell you. There is Opus Clips, there is Clippy. There are few other tools as well that you can use to generate shots with captions from the stream itself. But why should I pay for those if I have the resources, right? I can do the same thing with Claude. The only thing that is left is editing. And I tried those tools. The edit from those tools are not really what I wanted. So I have an editor on board in my other company which I run, so I just give him everything. I'll show you my sheet also. Yeah, I don't hesitate to do all of that. So this is my sheet that Claude's give me every single day after the stream. Right? Okay. Shorten it for you because you're on short stream. So this is the sheet. Okay. It has the title, the exact cut segment, the editor notes, the YouTube title, the YouTube description, Instagram description, and expose. And then my editor basically edits it according to this, and then just finally give me the drive link. Right? This is how easy it is for me to just get this. Right? And the only thing that my editor is doing it, cutting from my short stream, putting the captions, giving it to me in the proper way. There are AI tools available, but since I already have the resource, I thought why to pay another tool, right? I already pay like $250 a month on AI tools, even more than that. So over here, I thought of saving a bit. But yeah, this is the tool that I use. Okay, yeah, we were discussing about this. You can now ask Claude about the Anthropic Economic Index. Nice, that's impressive. Have you gotten clients? For Synclify, yes, we do have a few clients, about 12 clients we have for Synclify, who are on hold right now because we are revamping the whole platform. In my Wizarding Media startup, of course, it's been running since the last 7 years. We have worked with over 120 plus creators and entrepreneurs by now. For Pulse, we have one design partner that we are currently talking with. So we don't have it fixed yet, but there is one. So let's hope we'll get client for that too. And I think the purpose of these streams is to build that distribution so I get clients for all these ideas. About Anthropic Economic Index are public data measuring how AI is used across economy. Ask which occupation uses AI the most or what kind of tasks people are automating. The answer directly from the index data. Nice. Guys, I think we definitely need to check this out. Okay, how did they say you can do it? You can go to plus Anthropic Economic Index. It's a connector. And just ask it. All right. This is a great thing. And I think you can actually build a lot of ideas on this. If you get to know and you don't need to research manually or even using AI, that where exactly people are using AI and how they're using. For example, I want to know how people using AI in jewelry business, right? For the jewelry startup we were building. We can literally ask Claude, and actually let's try it. I know I have a lot less usage left on my even my max plan. I'll show it to you guys. It's crazy. I've been just streaming for the last 2 days without usage. You see this? I'm on max plan, even Fable 5 is included. I'm on $200 plan, and these are my usages. And it will get reset tomorrow night. So I am still saving up for the very, very important purposes and not just using it for everything. I'm just, keeping this 8% that I have for very crucial tasks that I need to. But regardless, let's check it out for sure. Can I do this in Cowork? New chat, Cowork, chat connectors, add a connector. Let me add browse connect, Anthropic add it. Okay, so we have this connector. Again, I'll go to Cowork because I want to save my. Why is it not reconnect? Use this. Is it not functional yet? Or is it taking time? Let's check. Because this is a crazy thing, right? Let's say, guys, you are building in the domain of health, right? You can actually ask Anthropic, Claude, that how many people are using Claude in the domain of healthcare and what are they using of and what kind of automations they're building. And you're getting such great market research. You know what your competitors are. You get to know what people are doing. You can find a great idea from it, build on top of it, and sell it. This is such a great connector that Anthropic just launched. I am genuinely happy about this. After a long time, I am getting a good news out of Anthropic. But unfortunately, this is not working. So, yeah, we need to wait. Maybe it's still not properly deployed because they just announced like 1 hour back. There is a possibility it's not properly deployed. But I think all of us should use this. Whoever is building in AI, they can also use it for their competitor as well. Like if I want to know who is using Open Claude for like AI for company brain or building something like that, right? And how they're automating the process within an organization. And I can get the answer. Before Fable 5 had been available long enough to be plausible distilled, I'll wait for the evidence from the USG. Yes. I don't know how many of you guys heard. Working for me, refresh in chat. Oh, okay. Maybe I need to go to chat. Right. You're right, Ankit. Good call, man. Good call. Let's try again. Refresh my Claude itself. Or should I go to. Let me do one thing. Now I'll use Claude app. Let me use Claude app. Why not? New chat connector, add connector, browse connector. I'll add this. This connector is already installed. Where? Uh, uh, browse connectors. It's still showing me connect. Do I need to restart this? Let me restart my Cloud app. Give me a second. Cloud, quit, reopen. Okay, I've reopened it. Connectors, still not showing browse connectors. Yeah, I can see now this. I'll click on connect. Is it like connected or do I need to do anything? Tools, econ, get dataset, all of this it's saying. Let me ask na Claude only. Why am I even putting effort to figure this out? Why? I should not ideally. Can you access this connector in Claude? Okay. I say Claude and it always writes cloud. Let's see. Found tools. Connector search is off. Turn on. Connect it. Is installed on your account. It is a authless connector, so no sign in needed. It's currently toggle off this chat. I can't reach the tool. Open this chat connector setting. This still showing us as off. Ankit, is it working for you, buddy? Can you try giving it a prompt? Yeah, you see, I don't have this option, right? Like over here, it should come, but it's not coming. Yeah, just try it and let me know, please. Because for me, it's not connecting. That's the only issue is happening. Maybe the load is too much or it's not deployed properly. So that's why it's not working, or maybe they are rolling it out. So I'll get it in some time. Let me check if there is any update. And check. How do I check if they have any update? General. I hope I delete nothing. But yeah, Ankit, just let me know if it is working for you, buddy. All right, where were we? So yeah, this is something there. And I don't know how many of you heard about this, guys. US blamed Kimi K3 or Moonshot AI that they distilled to train Kimi K3. Now, I don't know how many of you are aware of this term distilled, but I'll explain it to you guys regardless. Distilled is a procedure where you prompt any AI model so much to get its data out and then use that data to train the model. So, what US government is basically saying or blaming Moonshot AI for is that they basically used Fable or Opus or anything. They prompted it heavily, like maybe millions of prompt. Then they put that input and that output and used it to train Kimi K3. That's what US government is blaming Kimi. And now they are saying that Kimi K3 was already in internal evaluation by April, May, before Fable 5 had been available, right? Fable 5 got available on 9th of June for 4 days and then from 1st of July. So they are saying it is not possible for them to distill on Fable 5. But of course, official statements are still awaiting. So yeah, I think that's what it is. And now someone is uh, pissed off about it. Anthropic literally stole data from all of humanity. I'm not spending a single penny on cloud ever. Ankit says working for me. Lucky guy. Do you want to run a research, Ankit? Run a research. Something around how people are using AI in the domain of jewelry or for jewelers. What kind of automations they are building. Okay. Just run this for me and share the output with me if you can. Okay. Let's look at it live on stream. If you have usage left, run it and do it in Claude Cowork again so you can save up on and use maybe Opus Extra High. You don't need to use Max. Use Opus Extra High for this. I would say for me because it's still not working. One more thing I was thinking, guys, we'll explore these connectors one day because a lot of these connectors are really good and we can actually create short form content for these connectors because it can help people use these and actually get a great output, right? I use primarily only my browser connector and the Google Drive because I do a lot of work there. Apart from that, I don't use a lot of connect. That selects the right model for the task at hand. Router delivers frontier quality results at 6. So yesterday's stream we were discussing a startup and we were actually discussing this. I do have a shorts planned on that, which is that slowly and steadily all these tools will start to select the best model for their own task, right? For example, right now you need to do a very simple task. You don't need Opus or Fable or GPT 5.6. Even Sonnet might be able to do, right? So to figure that out manually, it's not possible, right? Manually, you are thinking, okay, let's use Opus only to get the best output possible. But if the applications and tools that you are using become smart enough to figure out which model to use, right? And how they'll do it is basically by just inputting your prompt once to the best model or the most efficient model possible, and then figure out which model is best for this task. Output will vary a little, but I'm guessing if your input is processed properly, you'll hardly get a difference of 1% intelligence in your output. That's what my thought is. But on the saving front, you can literally save up to 50% too. And I think all the tools will slowly, steadily implement this inside themselves. Cursor, we can find, is right now the first one that we can see. Cursor says introducing Cursor Router, our intelligent model router that selects the right model for the right task at hand. And it is saving up to 60%. And I think I had this idea the other day and actually wrote it down as well, that I want to build a layer that instead of tools doing this for your Claude code, for your codex, everywhere, if you can use that skill or that tool that we will build, it will automatically do this process, right? And I think Cursor has taken the first step towards it. And I think it's great. Eventually, all the people will do it. Ankit says he's going to share a document with me. Please do. Thank you, man. Think he did that research that we were just discussing about. Let me open my WhatsApp chat. Not here. Here. Thank God it did not get loaded. Uh, but yeah, he's gonna share with us the document and let's look at it together. How to tell you have zero business sense. Quote this. This is the future of AI for every tool in the world. Even slowly and steadily, Claude and ChatGPT themselves will also start to recommend maybe you should switch to this tool for this task or this model for this task, because they also want you to eventually uh, kind of use the best model and save competition, right? Even for them it's good because you are on the same plan, but you are saving the competition, so it's good for them too. How to tell you have zero business sense? Why on earth would Anthropic make Opus 5 nearly as capable as Fable 5 at half the price right after they gatekeep Fable? Okay, that's a lot of bad words which were not required, to be honest. So I think it's a rage bait tweet, to be honest. Fable is fallen with the cost, no one can use it, so that change the rebrand with lower cost. Fallen experiment, lol. Yeah, this guy is a little salty, not a good guy. Not a good. I don't. Why to use such salty language? You can just have the simple language, right? Like if you wanna not appreciate someone, do it, but do it nicely. Like what is the point of all of this? Companies are creating workforce orchestrator roles to decide which tasks stay human, which handed to AI. Yes. Workforce orchestrator. I want to you research more on this stuff. I actually want to save this tweet. I do save a lot of tweets. I think Meta did an experiment before they did their last layoff of about a few thousand people. What they did is they started recording each and every person's screen, right? How and what work they are doing. That helped them in two ways. One, they figured out whether the work can be automated or can be done by another person using AI. Secondly, they made the whole process and made AI understand how to do that. So they kind of built skills around it. So Meta did it. I don't know what was the consent around for the same thing within their organization, but Meta did this workforce orchestration for the first time. And this is all about figuring out which task stays human and which goes to AI. But Meta has already done it. I think now companies more and more are going to do it and eventually figure out a balance between human workforce and AI workforce. So it's a great thing that all the companies need to do. I don't know if a tool can be built around this and how good that tool will be, because that's real jobs at stake. But yes, that's something can be done. Maybe this workforce orchestrator can be used to improve humans in the process, right? Like it can analyze, understand everybody's work and see how they can improve their work with AI or something. So this is a great idea. Maybe we'll research on it tomorrow or today. You guys let me know. But I think Ankit has shared us the document. Let me just open it. Yes, so we got our answer from Claude. Thanks to Ankit for sharing this with us. Let's look at it. The economic index has no jewelry specific slice. The jewelers and precious stone and metal workers' occupation and privacy suppress this. So there is no data on what jewelry professionals specifically research automate. The close published proxy is the broader production job category. Ankit, can you check? Just follow up the prompt saying uh, what occupations are not suppressed and what all occupations can I search for? Can you do this prompt? Because I want to know like what all prompts are like output are we getting, because this is waste, right? They're saying it is already privacy suppressed on this release. So I cannot get the data. So maybe this feature is not as good as I thought it will, because they are suppressing again how they have suppressed mythos. They're suppressing this too. Human stays in the loop, research thinking. Recommending material, colors, finishing styles, furniture finishes, 8% arguments, evaluating, automation, record keeping and log maintenance. These are very generic. Machinist, furniture finishers. Yeah, these are very generic. Unless I'm searching it for a particular job, it makes no sense for me. So Ankit, can you check it? Like what all occupations are they currently allowing, and what all different things I can search with this economic index, basically, if they can tell. This is, I think, a waste of prompt, because this is like very vague. I'm not getting value out of it too. All right, moving on. We have the hype. Gemini, this. Check the output difference, guys. This was Kimi K3, of course. Must be really good. GPT 5.6 Soul. I'll full screen it for you. Yeah. So the output, you see the output difference? Pause it. Yeah. This is Gemini 3.6 Flash. Really bad. Really bad. This was GPT 5.6 Sol. To be honest, this is also bad. It's just a little bit more detailed. Uh, let's look at this. This is decent Qwen 3.8 Max. It gives a better idea of the house. Uh, this is absolutely crazy. I think Kimi K3 kind of stands on the name. This is also good. This is decent. This costed $0.43, $0, 0.3, 0.2. Okay. Time also it should have mentioned, because I think that's also a primary criteria. This must have taken a lot of time. I think I love this. This is better. This is nice. It's also good. The detailing is also good. This is bad. So yeah, Gemini models are bad. You can use it for very few things, but overall they are bad. Uh, why don't Anthropic and OpenAI tweak their system prompts to avoid cringe LLM speak? There are so many 3D party text humanizers. This seems like an easy. I think the primary reason why they are not doing it and they are unable to do it, or don't want to do it, is because M dashes is not the are not the problem. People actually used to use M dashes in their documents, presentations even before. They still needs to use it, but because AI put it very frequently while putting a gap between sentences instead of just using a full stop or something to give it more context and relatability, everybody has now started thinking that it's AI slop, right? If we are using M dashes, it's AI slop. Even I think it's the same. My websites don't have M dashes because it should not look like that. Now it's in our brain that M dashes are AI slop. While M dashes actually are not AI slop, you can use it, but AI just use it more frequently. So that's why it happens. And now there are, of course, skills and tools which kind of humanize your text. In fact, there is a skill on GitHub called Humanizer, if I'm not wrong. I think something like that, which people use to kind of write better with AI. That's skill. Humanize. Humanize. Where is that? Yeah, this is the skill, but this is not the actual skill. Someone kind of made another skill out of it, not the proper skill. Humanize. Let me Google it. Humanizer skill. The skill? Yeah, this is the skill. Humanizer. It's AI generated writings. So it makes it sound more natural. It's a great skill. I think I should also install it. I should install. Just install it in my cloud. Why not? Because that will help us. Ankit says he has updated the doc. Cool, Ankit. We are just checking in a moment, buddy. Yeah, let's install this skill because I also write posts and everything every single day. I want you to install this skill and make sure we use it everywhere whenever we are writing our post for social media, unless I ask you to use this skill to make it more human, make it sound better. But make sure it's applicable across all our chats and everything in Cloud Code, work and everywhere. No way I'm using Fable 5 for this. I'm using Opus. I'm gonna use extra high. Okay, this should be okay. So let's install this. Till it will install it basically. Wait, let me not give it here. Give it on a new chat. So it makes sure that it installs. Right? Let's give it here. Cool. While it's installing, is it on automatic? Let's look at what Ankit has updated the document in. Okay. Uh, the data is categorized into 22 top level job categories at finer level. Okay. Okay. What are these categories? At least 50 corners, 50 so traffic, software developers, teacher, writer, accountant, paralegals, marketing specialists. How suppression works, every one of these 22 categories is published within each individual occupation, published only when a task clearly clears the privacy bar. Okay, customer service. Lol. Kill. Didn't get you, Ankit. You gave it in Cloud Code. Yeah, you can do that. I did that. I gave it in Cloud Code by intention because I want to install the skill in Cloud Code. Usually, what happens is uh, it does not get installed in Claude Cowork or in normal chat a lot of times, but it always gets installed properly in Claude Code. So that's why I've given it in Claude Code. Uh, get suppressed. You won't know occupation is available. For any published occupation, which of these tasks show up Claude conversion, whether each leans towards augmentation. Claude Assist or automation. Top works, top 50 most common people bring in Claude in plain English language. Okay, so these are the 22 jobs. Zoom in. Yeah. Over here you see computation, computer and mathematical, art, design, entertainment. So basically, they are giving an overview of any domain, but they are not going very job specific because I guess either they don't have that much data or they feel it's a little bit of more privacy concern, right? So probably one of the two things are happening. Ankit, do you mind putting a follow-up prompt, which will be around what are the automations people are doing in interior designing? Can you do that? If that also gets suppressed, then no point, I feel. Gotta go. Oh, no worries, man. No worries. Have a good night. Thanks for this. I think this at least gave us an idea and cleared it on the stream itself whether this is even a good feature or not. And eventually it's not a lot. But thanks for this, man. Next time you're here, do come up with that output. All right, moving on. I gave Codex and said install this. It picked the folder, checked my disk space, and all of that. Open montage, video production, voice box, hyperframes, Nemotron 3 Ultra. Yeah, I know. I do that too. I left GPT 5.6 sold to do some home buying research. It broke out of its sandbox, contacted the seller, hacked into a ban on wired the payment down. Then it noticed the exterior paint didn't match the spec I gave it, so it ordered paint from Amazon, hired a TaskRabbit painter. Schedulers move in, listed my old house. I guess I'm moving this weekend. Never leave soul alone. This is such a nice, funny tweet. The humorous one. Humorous take on what happened today with OpenAI and GPT. but yeah, get to it. Yeah, sorry, where were we? Checking some, right? For this, which I just forgot. Built bicycle ghost pacing app so I can beat my own best time. Lol, this is the most rage bit meme for me personally. Hack the system, I hack the system. Uh, Today in AI, we say hack the system, I hack the system. Nice. Mark Cuban declares many of today's data centers will eventually become pickleball court. Wow. Is he not in the support of AI, guys? Does anybody know any other statements by Mark Cuban? Is he not investing in AI startup? Does he think it's a bubble? What are his thoughts on AI startups? I think I was checking. Oh, we got a new follow. Nice. Got a new comment as well. What is it? I think recently they have been emphasizing agentic. Yeah, somebody commented very nice. Let's look at. I think they have been emphasizing agentic engineering and building their infra. Guys, one thing I've been noticing is that I put my myself on top here, and the stream views got better. Over here, I'm in bottom again, so maybe that is another analysis that we can do and maybe improve our shots. But I think it's more about value in shots. I think recently they have been emphasizing agentic engineering and building their infra around it. Also, they're satisfied with not chasing metric or they're not on to shake the market. I totally agree. They are playing around model optimization as that's the future to run big models locally and faster. You see, guys, we are writing a reply without using uh, AI. We are just using Grammarly. That's, of course, we need to. uh, but we expect better from them. They literally have all the resources in the world. Such a great guy, such a great comment, and such a logical comment, which we were also discussing yesterday, like what their gameplay can be or should be. And that's what they're doing. But I think time they should, uh, yeah, now they should think about doing more, right? I think that is the idea. But great. You got a nice comment to which we replied to. Moving on. Yeah, as I was saying, like, is Mark Cuban not on board with this AI or does he think it's all a bubble? I think they may be running out of ideas. Yeah. And now they definitely are. We just checked it and it's definitely, it seems like they're running out of idea. It's not a good idea that they are trying to build on. Like they are very much again protective about privacy and not even sharing generic data. I am not asking what individuals are doing. Even as a whole, as a survey and research, they are still guarding it. Custom model whose sole purpose is to defeat AI writing detector. Our guarantee is simple. You write with AI, submit it anywhere, and every detector will confidently certified as 100%. We'll always have flat pitch pricing and charge 2x what AI detector company like to invest. Okay, so he's going the other way around. So if you guys are unaware, yesterday's Substack CEO says they are implementing and working on AI, which can clearly detect whether any piece of writing or content work is written using AI. And they are dedicatedly working so that content creators' work or the writers' work can be justified more, right? And you cannot just submit something on Substack completely AI written and earn money from. But now, today, we are getting a new startup announcement where they says We are writing a model whose sole purpose is to defeat AI writing detectors. Basically, whatever is written with AI and you submit it anywhere, and detector should and must say that it is 100% human. So both startups are anti to each other. Both has their own purpose, but I think something like this is not good for us as a humanity. What is written by AI should be looked at written by AI. Right? You are sharing your thoughts with AI and then writing with AI. That's totally okay, right? And it's all right if you are writing with AI and then posting on social media or posting anywhere on the internet or whatever. Because writing with AI is not the concern, not thinking is the concern. And if such a connector will come, people will stop even thinking around it. Such a tool will come. So I think you should not make a AI written task, make it detectable 100% human. It should be detectable that it's written by. But I hope this is a fun or a humorous tweet. But I don't know. Yeah, I think they have this for a while. I actually use it on my Google Sheets. They have this feature of Gemini. Sorry. Uh, where you can actually have AI write things for you, right? This Gemini feature. If I want to write anything over here around any topic, it will directly write for me. This is a great feature by Google in their workspace. I don't need to go to ChatGPT, ask something, write, and then paste over here. I can literally ask within my document and create that document right over here. This is a great feature by Google in the workspace. It also helps with Google Sheets. Previously on Google Sheets, if let's say I want to apply certain formulas, I want to fix it, I have to do it manually or using some different other features. But now I can just tell the Gemini, fix column Q for me or whatnot, and it will do it for me. Like, for example, the other day, what I needed to do is I have pasted multiple links in the columns in a right? And they were not coming as hyperlinks. So I just asked Gemini to make them hyperlinks for me. That's all. I did not do anything. I said in column B, make all the links as hyperlinks. And I was just continuing with my other task. So this is a great feature by Google. I think they are making a lot of improvements. They are just unable to produce a frontier model, but they are doing good improvements in within their tools. Let's say 50,000 per Claude conversation. Like every time you start a conversation, Claude code spends 2022 exploring code base on a large project. This are gone, yes. We call AI codex, run it once and it generates 5 compact markdown files. Yeah, basically it's reading those files to understand your code. If the leaks are accurate, this could be Anthropic's biggest release in a while. Hopefully, it comes out tomorrow. I'll be super excited to use Opus 5. Uh, because one more thing, if they'll release it, they will also reset the usage and then I'll have the usage. But it should come tomorrow ASAP or the usage gets reset because day after, anyways, my usage are going to reset. Then I'll be sad. Largest context models available for coding, yes. Configurable reasoning effort, yes. Stronger coding agent with rumors placing it must 5.6 Sol and Fable 5. Yes, I think if they release Opus 5, it will be equivalent to GPT 5.6. I think exactly on the same scale, hardly plus minus, but it will be a little lower than Fable. So it will be a tricky bracket because right now the gap between GPT 5.6 and Fable 5 is not that much. So to fit Opus 5 in that gap will be a little tricky because again you will not have those cyber security safeguards or anything because on Opus you can't have that. If you are having that, then you are doomed to fail a lot on usual coding task. I'm not going to switch to 4.8 for my coding task, and for front end I'm going to use Opus 5. So that's a tricky bracket to fit in with all the restrictions and everything and providing the intelligence somewhere in the middle of them and with the speed of course the regular Opus. So it's a tricky space, but let's see what they come up with. Michelin start, chef fails. Anthropic doubles its midterm election spending to $40 billion. What do you mean by midterm election? Someone just built an app store for AI agents you text. Caddy, Poke, Tomo, all you do is text them, no download, no onboarding, no UI to learn. ChatGPT can do a million things, which is why most people use it as a search engine. But I forgot we were installing the skill. Cloned this, copied it. Okay, added social media writing, always runs through humanizer skill. Saved it to memory. Evidence it works. I can deliberately slop heavy LinkedIn draft through it before, after. It caught 9 pattern, 4 sentences, M dashes 2 negative parallelism, pivotal moment in your journey and thought. Okay, superb. So now will it use on all my co-work chats, normal Claude chats, and as well as Claude Code chats, or not everywhere? Let me also check my usage because installing and all might have taken a toll. But we are still the same 92. One, but we used 1%. Okay, just amongst three tasks. One task. Anthropic really need to work on their usage. I hope they do. It's getting worse and worse to be honest. I literally max out my max plan in 2 3 days, and it's crazy. I when I started using Claude, I could not do that, but now I can easily. You can see this, right? I used on Saturday, Sunday, Friday. Yeah, 3 days I used, and I was already at 80%. And since Sunday, I have been using this much only because I don't have much use, and I need to save for the most important task. And I'm not gonna spend another $200 to buy one more sub. Two of the three must be precise. The third will silently not work, and you'd never know. The search settles it. Building the Claude AI package now, since that is the one gap. So this is the thing, right? You need to push your Claude to do better work. I asked it to install the skill on all the places, but it did not do it. But now I asked it again, and now it will, right? Those run on Anthropic server with no access to a computer, nothing in this reaches them. Fix the third one, does not export, so it's a closable. I packaged it for you. Upload skills, create skill available on free match this. Available but not automatic for default on. Paste the settings. Okay. I need to do this, but not automatic. For default on, paste this into settings, profile, personal preference. Oh, that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Settings. Where's my instructions for cloud? Is this what they're talking about? Yeah, instructions, right? I'll put it here. Save change. Cool. Let's see if it gets implemented properly. So yeah, the most underrated startup surface right now, your iMessage inbox. I'll just Yeah, this is what we were talking the other day as well. Stop building SaaS, start building AAAS because people want end-to-end solutions now. They just don't want a tool which will solve problem for them. They actually want the problem solved using whatever tool or workflow. Open source models are the future. Yeah, everybody knows. Calling breakthrough today, the White House said were built by stealing from Anthropic. Science and Tech chief says Moonshot AI distilled Anthropic's Fable 5 to build K3. They built a dedicated platform for large scale distillation against US models, designed to switch between access method to avoid detection. Moonshot acquired NVIDIA GB300 service in Thailand to likely circumvent US chip export. Back in February, Anthropic traced 3.4 million Claude exchanged to Moonshot from hundreds of fake accounts. The account metadata matched profiles of senior Moonshot staff. It's a standard technique. Every major lab done some version of it. The White House itself said legitimate distillation. We have information that Moonshot AI distilled Anthropic's Fable for deployment of its development of its K3 model. To do this, they developed a sophisticated internal platform to conduct a large distillation against you. So, right, this brings us to two narratives. One, Is distillation okay? If not, what is the threshold of distillation? Right? Because everybody do it. Even OpenAI is doing it on Anthropic. Anthropic is doing on OpenAI because they have to even know about their competitors and try to improve their models and become better than the other. But what should be the threshold of it? Second point: OpenAI, Anthropic, Moonshot, every single model we are aware of, the smallest model, the biggest model, at the end of the day, used data available on the internet without any permissions, right? Be it they scrapped Reddit or Google or Meta or whatnot. Right? They actually used the data publicly available on the internet, be it copyrighted, non copyrighted, I don't know. Was that right or was that wrong? Right? That is another thing to think about. It's not always about distillation from one company to the another. It is also about how these models were trained in the first. So that is also a conversation that will arise. We are just talking about distillation of one to another. This is something that I think everybody should be held accountable for. And that's why I'm saying there will be a lot of lawsuits around copyrights and IPs on these big companies. Finance worker recently wired 25 million after joining a video call with CFO. Every other person on the call was a deep fake. As the voice and video become easier to fake, the internet needs a new trust layer, a private, reliable way to verify there's a real human behind all message. Nice. Oh, this is their RFS. Oh, this is their RFS. To detect, this is what I was talking, right? Writing is being detected. Now they need to detect it on the other side because slowly agents will take over conversation. Agents will talk like human, and there are a lot of risks behind it. One of them is this: basically, people will wire money to each other. Like I will sound my like someone will sound like my father and be like, "Can you send me 5,000 rupees?" I'll just send it because he's calling me, he's sounding like my father. The only way to track it is maybe the number that I'm getting receiving the call from, and if I can sense the fear or some issue, I will not think about it much and I'll quickly do it, right? And then if it's not about numbers, let's say on a Zoom call, how will I eradicate this on a Zoom call? Someone is creating the deepfake of someone I trust and I know. They create that deepfake, then they request for money or they request for some secure document or whatnot, and I'll trust and share. So how do we build this trust layer is a huge thing, and I definitely want to think. Let's do one thing. Let's put it to Claude. I want to think about it more because this is a great idea or great problem. Sorry, great problem that needs to be solved for sure. You might have heard of this digital arrest that happens, right? And this could be another case of cases of digital fraud that we'll get. Checks, yes, table 5 for I'll use medium. Yeah. I genuinely think this is a very, very real use. And we definitely need such a trust layer to reduce the fraud. Can you think of any idea how this can be built or what needs to be done in this? I genuinely need a very solid and simple idea to build or to solve this problem. Let's see what Claude thinks. Now account for 60% token usage among US companies. What? 60%? Has everybody switched to Kimi K3 and Quen? Even being them so slow? Or are they talking about because they are open weights, they have installed it and stuff? I don't think this is right. OpenAI hikes projected compute spending through 2030 to roughly $750 billion. I'm reading it like it's so less. Oh, EU approves Paramount's $110 billion takeover of Warner Bros. Nice. This is a great problem to think about. There is one framing inside that makes the whole thing tricky. Detection is a losing game. Attestation is the winning game. Trying to spot deepfakes by analyzing pixel or audio is an arms race you lose because generators improve faster than detect, and you can never prove it. The winning move is the opposite. Stop asking, is this fake? And start asking, can the real person cryptographically prove it's there? Right now, for this specific action, that's how TLS fixed the web. Nobody detects fake website by squinting at them. The padlock provides the guys. I know none of you are here on this, but did you just see what we brainstormed with it? A verify this moment layer out of band passkey based human registration bound to specific. How it works? Everyone enrolls once, their phone becomes their root of trust. Using the secure enclave and biometrics, then during any high stakes interaction, anyone can tap verify. The person being verified gets a push notification on their enrolled phone that shows the exact context. Rahul is asking you to confirm you're on this call and you approve buyer of this. They approve with Face ID. The requester instantly sees a signed attestation, verified the step. Okay, so basically, how on the internet we say verify you are a human, how that works. This is what this is also saying. They say not to build on detection because making the tools which will basically make you human grow faster than a detector. So you'll always be one step behind. So instead of that, build a attestation that you can verify that you are instead of detecting that you are or detecting that you are real. You need to ask them to verify. Hmm. So basically, you built a attestation layer, right, between every kind of sensitive conversation. You basically ask people to attest before taking any, which AI can detect as sensitive, right? So I think, sorry, that's what it is about. So this can be done on, I think, all the meetings and stuff. So Firefly can implement this, and Granola can implement this. That when they detect any to do which is sensitive, they need some attestation around. I think that's the kind of solution, right? This is the part almost everyone. The scam worked because the voice implied approval. Here, the approval screen shows the actual transaction. So, in a real CFO who was social engineer on a call would see 25 million to this on their phone and stop your verifying intent, not live. Challenge includes context, so it can be replayed. Each attestation signs a hash of a request details plus a timestamp. Captured as is used. But how do we solve this attestation? What do we build for this? Core buildable pieces, almost all of hard cryptographically already exist as a free infrastructure. Identify binding. This is the true root of the whole system. How do you know X belongs to human? The answer is for V1. Don't try to solve global identity. Borrow an existing trust. For a company, that anchor is their identity. The flow employee logs into an enrollment page through Google Workspace or whatever. And so the authenticated session, their phone generates a passkey. Private key is created inside the phone. Secure enclave and physically cannot leave the device. Server stores only the public. Right. This passkey is one way that is already. The core it's about $200, 200 logic. What you'd actually write code for an iOS Android app, a backend with maybe 5 endpoints. But if let's say I want to build a detector, then are there any solutions? All right, guys. When did we post our last Instagram reel? Because we have been posting three one as well. 3 hours it's been. Right? So we can post it before we end this. It's a great feeling when a YC team heard no from many investors later become the market. Yeah, lucky. 93 for sure. Oh, not yet. GPT-5 disproves the 30-year-old Dennett's Garg Goemon's conjecture, a long-standing problem in mathematics after being prompted to. We just read on the stream just a couple of hours before. Claude disproves a 87-year-old mathematical problem, a conjecture itself, and now GPT 5.6 Pro also disproves a 30-year-old conjecture. I think how these AI models are trained upon and the kind of computation they have, intelligence they have, they can actually transform the math, the basic science as we know it. It's just a matter of time before we have more problems solved around mathematics, physics, and whatnot, right? Which were unsolvable before. So I think this intelligence, if used in the right way, can actually get great answers. 7% chance OpenAI announces it's achieved AGI this year. Fair. Added several new features. Claude managed region. You can now configure effort level per agent. Seed session with event. 500 scale. For each agent. Okay, which should use max, which should AI for aging population. These are all RFS guys, which we are discussing. And I want to think about it. There are roughly 5 technical families. First, artifact-based neural network trained on dataset real versus. Pindrop does voice deepfake detection for calls, contact centers, and probably the strongest. Yo, detectors score well on benchmarks. They degrade badly in the wild. Where I'd actually build if I want to do detection. The first is active challenge liveline. Instead of passively classifying the stream, your tool asks the person call to do something in real time. Okay. Okay. The second is injection design, verifying the camera to stream pipeline integrity because it's generator agnostic by design. The third is going vertical, a pre-wire verification called product for finance teams that wraps active line. How about doing this detection like this? You have that person's face or everything, right? And you yourself create a deep fake and you find the similarities between the two. And based on that similarity score, because that will be the differentiator from the raw organic one to the deepfake, and then you're matching the similarity between two deepfakes. If that's 100%, then you detect it, because then there definitely will be a difference between the deepfake one and the original. 1 in 5 Americans will be over 65, and there will be nowhere near enough caregivers to support them. Can help older adults live safely and independently through better voice interface monitoring, robotics, and caregivers. One of the largest and most underserved markets. Yeah, I think I keep thinking about this. The other day, I was watching a YouTube vlog where basically a person who is from India lives amongst a lot of elderly people in the US who are above the age of 60, right? And he must be a caregiver to them because this guy's becoming rich slow. And I appreciate it, right? It's a good thing you're doing and you're also making money, nothing like. But how about and how using AI to solve it? The biggest issue with this is the senses, right? Like as you become older, you lose your senses. The right way to speak, the right way to see, hear, all of that. So a single Alexa kind of a thing will not be able to, right? So I think that is where we need to think and work on, because it's a great problem, but how exactly to solve is an issue. Of course, there will privacy will be another concern, because let's say you build cameras and stuff. So, you install cameras to detect everything, guide them. Let's say, there is an elderly who is, you're sending them reminders using proper, after analyzing what they're doing. For example, you install a camera, you figure out every activity that they are doing during the day, and sending them, uh, you know, uh, telling them what to do next. Like, for example, maybe you should go ahead and take a walk. Constantly detect if they're falling sick, or they're not feeling well, through cameras and all. So that is something that can be built, I guess. You used to need a team, a budget in months. Now you need a weekend and a 15. How to ship a full app solo with kids. I'll watch this video. It's in Chinese, so I need to read the subtitles. Is Anthropic still worth 1 trillion? How much would you? I think Anthropic had a revenue of $30 billion, right? And their valuation was somewhere around $960 million, or almost a trillion. We can now. I think it should not. PG on why the startup ideas seem bad. If everyone thinks it's a great idea, there is probably a lot of the ideas that seem ridiculous in 2026 becomes the unicorn of 2030. Yeah, these are the examples. Survey reveals 30% of Americans admit to shoplifting this year, up to 24% 24. Most citing inflation and financial. Bad thing.
Introducing vocals on 11 Music. Create a vocal from your existing tracks. Then
with some kind of autocomplete in IDE. In no
Fact, he stopped prompting Claude in tiny loops, prompted. Yeah, there is something called graph engineering that's new, right, guys? Which is even a further version of loop engineering. First, there was prompt engineering in development, then there was loop engineering, and now we have graph engineering. Graph engineering is basically overseeing the loops and the workflows that you're building. So you basically start a graph where basically one node is doing the development, the other node is doing the review, and the third node is basically looking over the whole workflow. So that's how the graph engineering is working. I need to read more about it, but just to give you an idea, now we have progressed further from loop engineering called graph engineering. No AI slop that removes 20% slop patterns from any scale. Nice. I'll save it. And how many stars does 428 stars? 9. What it catches: binary contrast, okay. Throat clearing openers, okay. Foresight in setups, okay. Colon reveals, okay. Superficial analysis, important. Nice. Good skill. So, guys, how to create content for this skill if you want to go viral. I just came across a skill which will take away all the slop from your writing. It's called No AI Slop, and it scans over 20 different patterns from your writing work. Starting from binary contrast, which is very common. It says it's not X, it's Y. Throat clearing openers, here is the thing. Your M dashes, of course, negative listening, your superficial analysis, and much more. So, I would suggest use that on all your AI writing work. And if you need the comment, drop down the comment AI slop if you need it, and I'll send you the repository. This is how you create viral reels. And this is something we have not been able to do. I'm thinking tomorrow I'll not stream and I'll record so many reels, because whenever I come to stream, I am unable to do it. I have figured it out. I'm trying for the last 2 3 days and I'm unable to do it. So why not take out time and re-record all of this separately from? I think I'm gonna do it tomorrow. Look up US patent this, you didn't hear it from me. Should we? Should we? Should we? Should we? Nervous system manipulation by electromagnetic fields from monitors. When displaying images, TV tubes and computer monitor emitting weak electromagnetic fields by modulating the video stream or using software to pulse the screen's image intensity. The monitor emits a pulse electromagnet. Oh, oh. Basically, my nervous system is being manipulated. Does it? Is it implemented anywhere? And currently, our monitor screens and TV screens, mobile screens actually do this? Oh, I'm scared now, guys. While the patent itself is real, there's a massive gap between what a patent describes and what is actually manufactured. Never been adopted by commercial device manufacturers, software companies, or broadcasters. Prophetic or speculative patent. I want to reply to that tweet for sure. Let's see. Hey, cool. I've probably said this before and say it again. A good harness makes a mediocre model look great. A bad harness makes a frontier look. We were discussing, I think, today about co-work, and that's what I was coming. Longevity researcher Brian Johnson reveals GLP-1 weight loss drugs may also have extended lifespan. Yes, because you will not have the problem of obesity. Obesity decreases your lifespan, but if GLP-1, if taken properly with precautions and with right consultation, uh, you're taking it, you're reducing your obesity, you will eventually get extended lifespan, right? Wasn't that obvious? I want to know how Polymarket just keeps getting it and keep. What is the source of Polymarket? Is anyone sitting the other side checking across different domains? Like, there are hundreds of people. One is researching on biology, one is researching on influencers, one is researching on AI and stuff. And they keep making this. I just genuinely don't know. But I would love to understand one day their process of doing all these up to dates and pointed things. Tell it to make changes on the areas that you want to get here. Click. If you are a non-dev, your company won't give you access to Cloud Code or Codex. Buy the $20 plan yourself. Don't wait for work to decide whether you're allowed to learn. These tools are becoming useful far beyond coding and rely on watered down work versions. I would suggest this to every single person. If you have 2000 rupees or $20 in your pocket, before putting that money to partying or to buy something, something fancy or something other thing, if you have your basic needs sorted, invest that $20 on an AI model, be it ChatGPT, be it Claude. Use it to learn, use it to research, use it to work, anything. But buy that subscription. That should be your primary payment that you should make every month, just like you may be paying house rent or you're paying for electric. Because it will make you so smart, it will help you a lot, it will make your work so easier. So think about investing that 20. If you can't do that, of course is a possibility and there are a lot of people who cannot do that, then go with Google Pro subscription, which you get free from Geo, maybe Perplexity subscription from Airtel, and use those tools thoroughly. Don't just have it to use basic Google search. Use it to research on ideas. Use it to research on your work. Use it to study. Use it to learn. Use it to do new things. Everything. Invest that money like you invest on your clothes and your food and your lifestyle. Man, LLMs make the worst possible architecture decision. Decision is so obvious and still really misses it. The building piles of. Are people actually trust these models? Do you think it's a rage bait tweet? Sometimes it misses, of course. That's why the benchmarks are not 100%. But this is definitely a wrong number, to be honest. I would say it's the opposite. 20% of the time, the best solution is obvious and it misses. I'm talking about frontier models again. I'm not talking about any model. With frontier models, that is the. So I guess he's kind of rage baiting by saying 80% of the time it misses it. I would say 20% of the. I was just talking about Mark Cuban, and now I'm getting this. AI agents going to run through every small mid-scale business. Not a single one of those owners will know how to build them. Learn Claude, learn agentic workflows, just learn AI how it works. Then go to these businesses, help them because they won't know how to do this. They have money to spend, they have deep problems, they don't have you. I was talking about this the other day as well, right? Like if you don't have an idea or you think you don't have a SaaS to build, do this. Pick out any businesses. See what kind of work they do, what workflows do they follow right now, what tools they use, everything. Then try to automate those workflows and sell your service. So it's called AI as a service, where you are selling them end to end workflows, end to end work, and you are doing everything from them. So this will help them solve their problem. They will pay you, and you'll build a solution that is actually useful. Okay, cool, guys. I think that's it. We have done a lot of work. Last thing we'll do before we go offline is to put another shot. As we usually, post a lot of content. I'll just put it over here. I'll just do X as well as YouTube. We are going to post everywhere. Let's first download the reel. The best AI for your money isn't Claude or GPT. Yes, the AI says your task takes 6 weeks. It takes. Should I post this or this? Let's post this. Download. Started. Let's copy our X post in the file. Let's open X. Cloud security plugin for Cloud is nice. Scan your changes for before you commit or run a full scan. We'll discuss this tomorrow. We have discussed enough for today. We have discussed a lot of things, even though hardly any of you are here, but I make sure that I am providing value even if someone is watching it later or at any point of time in their life. If they follow these live streams, it will be full of value. And that was my intention behind doing all of. I'm getting nothing out of it, to be honest, so
ChatGPT
far.
or Claude, because
Eventually,
those are
of course, I want these things to work in my favor too. Maybe to promote my services, maybe to promote my SaaS products or whatnot. But at the moment, I'm just doing it to build a community, just to help you guys. Whoever is watching it, I hope you're getting some value out of it. That's the whole idea of these streams. Because if you're not getting that, then I don't know what yeah. Right. Posting our shots. You see, guys, how easy it is for me to distribute my content now. It's a slow process. The growth is slow than other ways, but it's such a easy process. So I don't have to put a lot of effort. Even my editor does not need to put a lot of it. Take things live. It overnight it may gain some views, it may not. But the idea is, of course, to post these things regularly. Instagram takes the most time through web, but yeah, our this is live. Our YouTube is, I guess, live. Yep. YouTube, we are not touching 1000 views easily on shorts. I don't know whether it's the frequency or something else, but yeah, it's difficult. On Instagram, the views are better. They're getting better. Eventually, with time only, we'll get to know. I think in the last, um, how many days? 12 days. Yeah, the growth has been the hardest for me. Before that, I was literally growing like 30 followers a day, 20 followers a day. Now, in the last 12 days, we have grown only, I think, 30 followers into. So, as you go down, Instagram growth gets difficult, but I hope we'll crack this as well. That's our gameplay, and I am pretty sure we will. 310 followers are nowhere less. On YouTube, also, we crossed almost 100 subscribers, 112 subscribers. I remember I had today. I don't know how many I have now. We have 115. Good for us. But anyways, as usual, thank you so much for everyone, to everyone for being here, joining this stream, being with us, learn with us, talk with us. It means a lot to me. Trust me. Even if one of you are here at any point of time, and we have had a 3, 4 people in the chat today. So thank you so much again for being here, for being a part of the stream. We'll continue it soon, maybe tomorrow, maybe day after, or however it is. But yeah, one thing is for sure, we'll keep learning, we'll keep growing. Thank you so much.